home. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. I'm stressed.
He's 30. He's hit
28.
30.
Bro. Chill on me. I'm stressed out though. This shit. We figured out the root of the problem. The problem. The root of the problem.
Yeah, we had technical difficulties again. This was definitely
Honestly,
by far the worst time yet.
My computer's playing games is what it comes down to. Ultimately, my computer's playing games with me.
So basically, we can't move. We have to sit still. We can't breathe.
No, my computer, for some reason, every few minutes decides it's going to take the input volume from our mics and just drop them to 0. So then, like, when we're talking, just very, very small. So if I keep looking over here, that's why I look over there a lot, though. I feel like all the time. But it's so that I can monitor the fucking time and stuff.
Yeah.
I know, but my head's constantly turning that way. I'm probably, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, his computer sits right there if you're watching this. But yeah, anyways, back to Dom and Dyl.
If anyone wants to be a producer
this is Dyl.
for this podcast.
Seriously, dude.
You could be an unpaid intern.
I'll pay you.
How much?
For the hour it takes him, I'll pay you $50 an hour. $50 an hour.
You think someone for this? No, because if I have a producer, they're also editing it. They're doing the video. They're doing it all.
Then I'll pay you $100 a podcast. Flat the fuck out.
All right, freelancers,
hit me up. But you have to come to our house, right?
Yeah, that's how it works. They'd be sitting at the desk.
So if everybody's willing to move, bring it on into Denver. You can't live here either, but
I mean, theoretically, I'd hope that they already live here in the area.
Yeah, but I think a lot of our listeners are probably back home.
Yeah, but I don't think that someone is going to fly across the country and uproot their life for $100 a week.
That's why I was joking, Dylan. That's why I was laughing about it, Dylan.
But anyway, guys, I'm 28 today. The day that this is airing.
It is. And
28 years
the
old.
day that we're recording it is our 2-year anniversary, which is crazy. This is the longest boyfriend I've ever had. But after today, I'm not quite sure we're going to make it after 2 years.
Fuck you.
This shit pisses me off.
I don't understand why. No, here is the issue here. She sits there and just says, this is so aggravating.
Because
I'm not already aggravated enough from the shit that I'm trying to figure out. Not only that, I now have to hear about how aggravating it is to you.
Nothing was working. So you're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Because it would work and then it wouldn't work.
And it's not working.
Which clearly we found the root of the problem, as I said.
Exactly. But there was nothing that you were doing before all of this. You just keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
And it gives different results. Every time is a different result.
But there's
my mic was working the whole time at first.
And it just gets so irritating. And what's even more annoying is that
you bitch about it. That's what's more annoying.
No. Because we sit here and we say we're going to record it for this long or whatever. And that took
30
more
minutes.
That was close to an hour.
No, when I started up doing the thing, it was 2:58. It's 3:35.
No, it felt way longer than that.
I don't care what it felt like. That's what it is.
It felt so long. I don't have patience for stupid shit. Or for anything, really.
I asked you multiple times just to leave the room and leave me be.
Yeah, I say if I leave the room, I'm not coming back, though.
But you left the room.
To get food.
And you were in a better little mood doing your little fucking whatever swiggle dance that was.
Yeah, because I needed to eat. I was hungry. But anyways, yeah. So happy birthday to him today. And happy 2-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah. Very exciting stuff. I'm not going to lie. Yours was looking small. I was very worried about it. And then, it spiked up again. I got to stop looking because now it's making me nervous.
Yeah, and you keep looking at it, and I keep looking at you looking at it.
Yeah, I know. As it's recording, it's not going to fuck up. That's the thing is, once it's recording, it's good. It's when I stop it, though. When we stop to change the video and,
I don't think they care about this anymore.
I'm double checking it in.
Okay, but I don't think the listeners care about this anymore.
I don't care what the listeners want. You know what they could do? Shut the fucking thing off then.
No, I care what the listeners...
Fast forward. You got the little slider bar. Go right ahead and
don't fast forward. I'm changing it now for everybody who's tired of hearing us talk about this because I don't think I would care either. So
you don't care anyway.
We'll change the subject.
To? What'd you just throw at me?
A piece of...
I was like, I didn't even feel anything.
Piece of rolled up fabric.
Anything. That's what you're changing the topic to? Your rolled up fabric?
No. All right, no, change the topic too.
Oh, you were the one who won the fucking hard switch.
Yeah, because I'm tired of talking about what was going on because it's been happening for the last hour or so and I'm over it. And to bring it on the podcast and talk about it, it's even more irritating because I'm now extra over it. So let's just keep it rolling. New year. You're a year older.
It's not a new year.
You're a year older. You're 28 years old.
Technically, I'm like a day older than I was yesterday.
So what though? But your birthday, you know what? Like you love to sit here and pretend like you're so not about anything. But your last birthday, you were on some birthday bullshit.
What did we do?
I don't remember it. I just remember me saying like you sit there and you say you don't like your birthday, it's just another day. But you were not acting like it was just another day, your last birthday. And I don't remember what we did. What did we do?
Exactly. You don't even remember.
Do you remember?
No.
Oh.
And we go do things all the time. It's not like
I know that, but when your birthday does come, I already know you're gonna want some photos, maybe some different
I want photos all the time when we go out.
Yeah, but no, you don't.
I talk about it, you just don't. Okay, we could get into this then. The thing is, I will literally say, I said it today, for example, that I wanted a photo before I went on my run or after, nowhere to be found. You were up.
You don't come get me. I'm not gonna just remember, oh yeah, like if you want a photo, if I want a photo,
that was just one example.
I will come drag your ass to take my photo.
That was one example. So there's been multiple times where we go out for the day and I'm like, hey, make sure I get a pic today.
It ain't my job to make sure you get photos.
Let me finish because when we go out, I have to be like, hey, don't you want a pic? And I'll be like, oh, that'd be a good. I openly tell you where would be good spots. And if you tell me beforehand that you want a pic, I say, hey, don't you want to pick? I gotta remind you.
I don't remember.
Exactly.
I don't remember. It's not my photo. If I want a photo, I will get one when I want one. If you want a photo, it's not my responsibility to make sure that you get a photo. It's your responsibility.
You are too easily irritated. Because if I ask for a pic and you take two and I say I don't like them, you shut down. The same way you're shutting down over this podcast shit.
Because it's annoying. I don't like to be sitting
You know how many photos I take for you?
Dylan,
how many angles?
You're not going to try to make it my fault that you don't get photos. You mentioned it yesterday.
In general.
No, you mentioned it yesterday about getting a photo today. You did not come find me. You did not say, hey, take my photo right now. You didn't say anything. But that's my fault. Mm-hmm. How is that my fault? Like, if you want something, say, hey, because I know if I want something, I will bug you till you're so annoyed that you will do it. Like,
because I knew you would have just bitched about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not.
I wasn't going to bitch about it. I told you,
were
yes,
fresh out of bed. I knew you'd be like, it's freezing out. I'm not dressed. It would have been a whole spiel. And I had a meeting I had to get back for. And I didn't feel like waiting 20 minutes for you to take my photo.
That is not my fault. That you don't want me to get up and...
If I would have said something, you would have put on clothes right away and came outside.
Was I awake? When was this, Dylan? Because I didn't get out of bed.
When I said goodbye, you were in the bathroom. You just woke up maybe 5 minutes before.
I went back to bed after that, though. But right then and there, I would have. If you would have pulled me out.
You didn't go back to bed?
Yes, I did.
No, not when I first woke up. Not like the first time I saw you in the bathroom. Right before I went on my run. There's no way you went back to bed because you texted me 20 minutes later and said, I'm not going to cycle bar, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, I was up.
It was that time.
Yeah, you could have asked me. You should have asked me the early morning because I was in a good mood.
I wasn't going.
I was in a good mood when I woke up.
Yeah, I wasn't going yet. I was working till the sun came up. It was pitch black out.
I know, but I didn't wake up in a good mood. It was gloomy out this morning regardless.
Exactly why I wanted the picture.
Ew, why?
Because I was going to contrast running in 70-degree weather on Monday, where I got to go shirtless in the middle of November, to today when it was 25 degrees.
There was snow in my car. It's crazy.
Yeah.
First snow.
Well, first frost is probably the better term.
It was snow. I took a video.
That wasn't the first snow, though. There was snow when Jacob and Shelby were here.
Here?
Literally, we were driving.
Oh, not that I saw.
Past Denny's, and it was snowing on our car.
Not that I saw, though. That I've seen this year. Besides, like, at Estes Park and stuff, because that's different. I mean, like,
but it wasn't
at our home.
You never seen it falling at Estes Park.
I haven't seen it falling, period, then, because I just saw it on my car. But it was just little snowflakes. That wasn't even snowflakes, like little balls sitting on, like, my window.
Well, they were falling that day when we were coming back from Waterton. When we saw the 0 animals.
Dude, I watched my TikTok the other day of Waterton Canyon. First of all, those are not bighorn sheep. Those are all mountain goats. Majority of them are mountain goats. So that's...
No, those are bighorn sheep. The little ones up top of mountain goats. If you
Oh, I know they were. And I kept
There's-
calling all these little things bighorn
Oh.
sheep, and they were mountain goats.
the ones that I said were about to ram you, that was bighorn sheep.
I
It's
know.
yeah.
I'm
There's
saying
a picture
though,
of it
like, a
at Waterton.
majority of the things we saw there, like up, were
Mountain
not sheep.
goats.
They were mountain goats. And I didn't realize that until the other day when I watched my TikTok. I was like, that is not
Are you
a
for real?
sheep. Those are goats. And I'm in the thing calling them sheep. And they're goats.
I knew they were mountain goats.
I didn't know that. I thought, oh, these must be all bighorn sheep.
Because that's how we got Maverick to want to go. We told him we go see some Billy Goat's gruff. And then he was all hype, and we didn't see one Billy Goat gruff.
Yeah, because it was a bad time to go. Going when it's freezing cold out, like
No, I
you're not
think
going to
that
see anything.
Where we really saw them was farther away with him. I just didn't realize we walked far that day.
Me and you went far.
We were there. We were there for like fucking.
But I think
10
the weather
miles.
has everything to do with it. It's the sunlight. I think the sunlight has a lot to do with it because
there were
when you
people
go
with
to
cameras and shit. Like
when you go
they were
to
out there. But like we didn't even get to. You know where we saw that deer, the regular deer, before the bighorn sheep.
Yes, that ran across. Went by
We
the
didn't
water.
even get to that point.
Well, y'all didn't get very far then.
We went a mile and a half. A mile and a half in, a mile and a half back.
The first mile is just bullshit.
And that's what I'm saying. I didn't remember that.
We didn't see anything till we got way after that.
I think that we would have seen stuff had we been able to keep going, but it was
you
cold as fuck.
Some, but
we had kids.
They're probably like laid up. Like they're not out and about. Like it was freezing that day. It was so cold. And it was one of the coldest days of this year.
Well, it's not like they were in the heat somewhere. Like no matter where they were going to be cold.
No, but wherever they live has to be a little bit warmer. They have to figure ways to keep it warmer like the prairie dogs do.
Yeah, but I think like for the sheep and stuff, like they're just used to the climate. That's just what they do.
Yeah, but I just feel like when it's warmer out, they're probably more active.
I mean, when it snows, obviously you don't know here, but like back home, you still see deer out.
Not as many though. In the summer, I feel like they're everywhere.
I feel like I see more in the winter.
Not me. Not me. I feel like the winter time is cool because I don't see shit. I like the winter. Summer, hate the bugs. The bugs here aren't bad. It's a different set of bugs, though.
All the grasshoppers are gone.
Yeah,
you
thank
notice
goodness.
That?
Yeah, those.
Where the fuck do they go?
They die off. Not
and then
all
how
of
do
them.
they come back then?
I never knew. I never knew any of it. Like mayflies, same thing. They all go. They all fucking swarm everywhere, and then they die. Like Canadian soldiers. I don't get it. I don't get how they just repopulate again.
Because
they literally go.
What's the lifespan on one?
Like a Canadian soldier?
Yeah.
I think a week. And on a grasshopper.
A week?
Mm-hmm. And a grasshopper, I think, is a couple years.
Years?
Years. I think 2 years.
Then that will make sense. But if you are a bug that is only alive for about a week at a time, and
they can't even eat.
And you die off in the cold.
They don't even have mouths. They can't even eat. I think they're just here to be food, like to be a source of food for other animals. They don't even have mouths.
But how do they reproduce if they die off that quick?
I have no idea. And they come back full blown.
So you tell me they get impregnated and give birth all within the 1 week of their life?
Yes, must be. They must lay eggs. It's not like they're not like growing the baby in them like us. They're not mammals.
I know. Now I'm thinking like, do they like lay eggs and then like the eggs sit for somewhere months and months?
Not months and
months. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think of the logistics of how do they survive another year?
Who, a grasshopper?
A mayfly. How if all the mayflies die in the cold? How the fuck is there more the next year? Unless these eggs are like sitting for extended periods of time through the cold.
I wish we had another person. Also, if you want to get hired on, you could look this shit up for us.
Yeah, that'd be the producer. They would do all this shit.
Your dad said he would.
Oh, okay. My dad has 2 more years of his job. But then, honestly, watch out.
$100 a week.
He might be in. He'd probably do it for less than that.
The mayflies life cycle, a fascinating,
experience.
fleeting story.
Can you read it? Enlighten us. I'm honestly curious. I want to be educated.
So when they are born, they have potential to become 2 different winged adults.
Okay, what's that mean?
Well,
just read it.
It's a long thing. I'm not reading all this.
What does that mean, 2 different winged adults?
Okay, a mayfly's life cycle starts with the males forming a swarm above water and the females flying into the swarm to mate. A male grabs a passing female with its elongated front legs. Ew.
That sounds like rape.
Yeah, and pair the mates.
That sounds like a group of male mayflies.
In flight. They
just
flight.
wait for a girl to fly by and they fuck her.
Oh, yeah. They're like, come here. Whoop, swoopity-doo.
You're mine.
Yeah. So you know how like the mayflies just be floating above the water sometimes and they're just all swarmed? And if you look at them, back home, there would be two sometimes connected. Like, they're fucking. That's exactly what's going on.
I'll be real. I've never looked that intimately at a mayfly.
Well, I have because I went to a grad party one time and it was on the lake. And these motherfuckers knew I hated them. So they were throwing these mayflies into my car.
You don't like them like that?
I hate all bugs, if you haven't noticed.
When I played soccer, it was on the east side of Lorraine. They were everywhere.
Anyways, so after they have sex, the male releases the female, which then she goes to the surface of the water where she lays the eggs. Once mated, she will fall, spin onto the water surface to lie motionless with her wings flat on the surface where fish pick them off at their leisure. The male fly rarely returns to the water, but instead he goes off to die on the nearby land. The egg falls to the bottom of the water where they stick to plants and stones. Flies of the mayfly family pull themselves under the water to attach their egg directly to the bed before being drowned by the current. The nymphs take anything between a few days to a number of weeks to hatch depending on water conditions and the species, and the resultant nymphs will spend various lengths of time, up to 2 years, foraging at the bottom before emerging into an adult fly.
Wow.
They live at the bottom of the water.
So their sole purpose is to mate and reproduce, basically.
And to feed.
And so that actually makes sense how they get other places if the eggs are in the water, because then they probably just get washed around. And you know what I mean?
18 trillion a year. More than 3 times the amount of people on Earth.
Wow. Yeah. So that makes more sense how they get everywhere. You know what is very fascinating to me, though?
What? That's crazy.
That someone's life was dedicated to learning about mayflies to that extent.
Oh, yeah.
Someone spent so much time.
That's anything ever.
Studying these creatures.
Mm-hmm. They're cool.
Yeah,
that's actually really cool. I did not know that.
But here's my thing is like, how long do you think that information's been about? Like, how long do you think that we've known this as humans?
Well, this dates back to 11 years ago.
Okay, so that makes sense. But I'm sure there was some basic knowledge longer than 11 years ago. And so they had to do this like without being able to like go under the water and see what's going on. All this shit, dude. I'm not passionate enough about anything to like.
I can't believe they live at the bottom of the water.
You learn something new every day.
That's crazy. That makes sense though. But then they still get eaten down there.
But not all of them, when they hatch, they don't live in the water.
They hatch. And they hatch.
But then they come out.
And once they mature, they come up to the top of the water.
And then they rape their wife.
And then they dry off. They go land somewhere for 2 days, dry their wings, and then they go.
And then
they die again. Yeah, if you're a male, yeah, they just be snatching women up.
You think that the women,
nasty ass
you think that like the female mayflies know, like, holy shit, there's a swarm, I'm about to get fucked. This is it. This is how I go out.
They would avoid it. Because it says that the female lays there basically and lets the fish pick at her wings at their leisure.
That's after they've already been impregnated.
Yeah, so at that point they're just dying. That's it.
Literally, your life is get fucked, get eaten by fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's our purpose too, though, basically. Not to get eaten by fish, but just to reproduce.
It ain't my purpose.
It ain't my purpose either, but that was our purpose back in the day.
I think it's
just try to repopulate.
Yeah, it's a circle of life.
I couldn't imagine being the first person pregnant ever. You would be freaking the fuck out. Like feeling something kicking inside of you. Yeah. You wouldn't even know.
And like there's no safe way to give birth.
Oh no. And you wouldn't even know what giving birth is. You don't know how long it's in you. I'm sure women probably like cut their stomachs open. And like would freak out about shit.
No, I don't.
There's no way if I don't know I'm pregnant, something in me moving around, I'm not trying to.
No, I think that they were probably very skeptical, like what's going on. But the women, when this was all happening, had no power. The men were probably like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And they cut the women open.
Someone cut them open.
Oh yeah, these dudes are probably dissecting chicks for the longest.
For sure, because there's no way that someone's gonna have something moving around. And them not cut them open, and then they realize it was a baby, and then they're okay. This is how we give birth.
I don't understand.
But then would they relate it to sex or how, like what would they relate it to?
No, they wouldn't have anything to go off of. Like it would take hundreds of years for you to develop that hypothesis of like, oh,
like this is what it
when
is.
I came inside of her, it makes sense now. Like they start talking to their buddies, big. Yeah, mine's in the big. Oh. But back then was like sex
But
for
they don't
pleasure?
care.
Or was it only for...
It's for pleasure for men, not for women. Because
No,
it's
but
not pleasurable for women.
I
all
feel like
that.
back then, like, men and women weren't like being monogamous. I feel like
No.
I think that the guys were just fucking everyone because they wanted to reproduce. But for that to be the case, they would have to know.
You have to know what reproduction is. At first, it was purely for pleasure.
See, this is where the whole concept of humanity fucks with me, because at some point, you're telling me that just an adult human was existing in the world? Because where do they come from?
It doesn't make sense. Some people would argue God.
And
I
other
would
people
not
would
argue
argue
that.
monkeys.
But even then,
They're both just as far-fetched to me.
But for me, it's like, okay, so like, where are those monkeys that have evolved?
Yes, there should be an in
their
between.
bones?
There should
Exactly.
be in between.
Where are their bones? Where were they at in the timeline? Were they cavemen? But even cavemen looked human-like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where
they just had animal-like qualities, and that's just being
I
domesticated.
can guarantee you.
What?
There's so much we don't know.
No shit.
And it's so fucked up because it's like, how are you gonna put me here and make me live this life and not even know?
If you could know, would you want to know?
Yes.
But you couldn't tell me. Only you could know.
Oh yes, I would love to know. I would write it down in a journal. I journal about it, talk about it in my journal.
Not allowed. You
just think about it in my head. Yeah. Yes, I want to know. 100%. Yes. I want to know everything. Tell me it all, and your secret is safe. No, it's not.
Okay. Do you believe in dinosaurs? Hand me that.
No.
No, honestly, hand me that. I wanna ask you a legit question. Can you please hand me that?
What are you gonna ask me, Dylan? You're about to be annoying.
I'm about to get real weird. So here's my thing.
Oh my god.
Someone
Here we go, Dylan.
No, because like if this is obviously much smaller scale because it's supposed to be a T-Rex head. So if this existed, this would be gigantic.
Yeah.
And so the argument is, well, of course dinosaurs existed. We found the bones. Well, these bones were not all in one place. This was not a burial site of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No.
It's not like it died and they held a funeral for it and they buried it here. No, those bones were washed away. So you mean to tell me that someone found like a piece of this skull, a vertebrae,
yeah,
and then you said these little tiny arms had to go with this thing.
No.
Where the fuck did you get that from?
Dylan, no. You would run tests on the bone. Like, you can tell. Every animal has different types of bones. We have like spongy bones.
But these are animals that you don't even know about.
Okay, but if you find this head, say if you find 10 different heads, okay, 10 different heads for a dinosaur or whatever. You find 10 different arms,
the odds
10
of
different,
that being in full
10 different legs, 10 different spines, 10 different whatever. Someone out there can look under a microscope and look at the cells, look at how they're lined up,
okay,
look at everything.
And
you can.
How long have dinosaurs been an idea? My parents grew up knowing about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They weren't going. The type of technology today did not exist in the 70s.
Microscopes existed, Dylan.
Man,
it's a micro. All you have to do is look at cells.
How old are we talking here? How long? And not like
microscopes have existed for a long time. No, they haven't been to the degree they are now. But like, you have to just look at the cells. It all seems skeptical to me.
I think that someone found something cool.
That ain't that.
And they fucking ran with it. And
no.
Personally, I don't think that they exist.
You don't.
And I think that if you claim to be religious and you believe dinosaurs existed, you don't know what to believe in.
You don't.
Because if dinosaurs existed, how come they didn't go on Noah's Ark? How come there wasn't 2 Velociraptor and 2 T-Rex and 2 fucking Brontosauruses?
Because people like to say whatever fits. The people would rather have the most far-fetched story ever, which is that, than just be like, oh, I don't really know. I don't fully understand it. I don't get it because.
Would it be cool if dinosaurs said, fuck yeah? Ooh, I got something else to talk about. I forgot about this. I've been wanting to talk about this. I've had it written down for weeks. What I saw, I forget where I saw this, but I saw that they have the DNA of a woolly mammoth and they want to bring it back.
Okay.
What are they going to do with that?
I don't know. Stuff like that
is it going to the zoo? Is it going to the wild?
Not the wild.
Did we not learn anything from Jurassic Park?
Well, there's a reason why things are extinct. And mainly it's because of humans. A lot of things, we fuck everything up. But also some things, like the earth is changing, obviously.
Climate change.
Like I remember when I was younger,
global
even the
warming.
Seasons and how different they were. Like, I remember when I was younger, I felt like, at least back in Ohio, it was so snowy all the time. Like, every Christmas, every winter, there was snow piles. We'd have to go to school, clean the car off constantly. Like, and then I think, like, once I hit, like, 7th, 8th grade maybe, it just it got really cold, and it may snow every now and then, but it was never a snowy winter. Like, we don't really like, I feel like it's just changed so much, and the fact that it's so warm so late in the year. I feel like back
I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like I know anything about global warming.
No, I'm not saying I don't even think it's global warming. I mean, it could be, but I just think it's bound to change. I mean, the Earth was not the same when it was first discovered. Like, it's obviously
Mama
very
used to
different
say
now.
global warning.
Global warning.
I'm like, what the fuck is a warning about what? Oh, weird. But yeah, so I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with these woolly mammoths. I don't know why they would want to bring them back. It doesn't make sense to me at all. We said we never go to a zoo. Would you go to a zoo to see a woolly mammoth?
No. I don't give a fuck about animals like that. The only animals I really care about seeing are ones that are in the wild, in their natural habitat in, like, Africa or Australia. Like, to go sit in, like, the back of a Jeep and be driving
That is
on
absolutely
these dirt
terrifying.
roads and to see them, like, in their own habitat, just, wild, then I want to go
You
see
know the
it.
kind of predators that Africa has?
I don't care. I would go. I would go 100%. I would go. But to go to a zoo, no, it's not enjoyable. It's sad. And this should not be
That's
a
how I
thing. All
feel.
these animals from all these different countries, why are they here in Denver, Colorado, baking in the sun? Like, this is not
And
right.
so you said no, they wouldn't put woolly mammoths back in the wild. So
But
you're gonna bring back these creatures just to
just to
put them in
fucking,
cages
yeah, it's fucked up.
and for us to
Because that
look at?
animal is going to have feelings. The animal is going to have a life. Like, I just feel like humans don't realize that, like, we aren't the only things that feel things and have emotions. Like, anything that's living has emotions. Like, sometimes I wonder, like, can plants feel pain? Like, how would we even know? Like, if I snap a
Mm.
leaf off of a plant, does it feel it? Does it hurt it?
I
Like,
would.
I don't kill
My
bugs
argument would be no
ever.
because leaves fall off trees, and then they come back.
I mean, it doesn't mean that they don't feel pain. You can
No,
you can pull a lizard's tail off. It's still gonna grow back. Doesn't mean it didn't hurt when you pulled it off the first
okay, but like
time.
we lose hair. I feel like that's the equivalent of like a tree losing
No,
leaves.
that would make sense. But if you pull my hair out of my head when it's not ready to fall out, it hurts. If I go up to you and yank your hair out, it's gonna hurt you. That's like me going to a tree and pulling off the leaf. Now, if it falls off the leaf, it's dead. It's time to fall out.
I
It
think
doesn't
it's
hurt.
different though. I do, and I think that animals and plants differ
Well,
because I do
yeah.
think that all animals, like the
All
lizard,
animals feel
obviously,
pain. All animals feel
but
pain.
as far as like, does a flower feel something when you pluck it? And then,
That's what I mean.
but you could
That's
take,
why I try not to disturb anything living. I don't kill
but that's a
bugs.
lie because those live plants you have
Yeah.
were taken from somewhere.
Well,
So
yeah,
in
but I don't
theory,
hurt them. I try not to hurt
but
them, but I've given
but
up on them.
but what I'm saying is, at some point they were hurt to be taken from their natural habitat and given to you in a pot.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why I don't think the plants feel pain.
I don't
Like,
know.
does grass hurt when you mow the lawn? No.
I thought about this forever. I've always thought about, do all cells have feelings? Like, just because there's cells in everything and everything is moving. Like, the cells are constantly moving. So I don't know. I thought about that all the time. Like, can anything that's living feel pain? And so I don't kill bugs. I never kill bugs. I used to kill bugs like it was nothing. I don't kill bugs ever anymore.
I have no
Like,
shame. I'll kill anything.
I'm definitely one to, like, capture them and let them go, or just let them live in my house and they'll die whenever they die. Like, it is what it is.
There was a fucking stink bug on that light the other day,
Ew.
perched, dead. Cause like I turned on the light and I saw it, and so like at first like I was questioning it, so I went and got a paper towel. I was gonna like take it outside, but then when I came back, it was in the same spot, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, stink bugs are fucking nasty.
Where the fuck do they come from, man?
Those are new bugs. Like, a stink bug, I will never forget, dude. We used to live on Cleveland Avenue in
The
Amherst,
first time you saw one,
right next to Tasty Tasty. This is the first time I ever experienced a stink bug. Was in this house, and, like, we would get them pretty bad. But, like, one day I woke up and I heard this loud buzzing, like, noise, and I knew it was a bug, but I thought maybe it was just a fly. No, it was a fucking stink bug. And I was just in my head thinking, like, I have never seen a stink bug until this year. Where did they come from?
Do you remember the story Shelby told us about a stink bug?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's a stink bug. I wish I remembered it better. But like she was asleep or something and it flew in her ear.
No.
I swear she told us both this story. I wish I knew it better because it's good. But some kind of bug flew in her ear while she was asleep. She said it scarred her so bad she slept with like this thing wrapped around her head for weeks.
I don't blame her.
But they do say like that you eat like, I don't know, 8 or 10, I forget how many, like
Like 9
spiders
spiders a year.
You believe that?
Yeah.
I probably eat more than that.
I just want to know, like,
What makes them go in my mouth?
and like, where are these spiders at?
Oh, you don't think we have spiders in this home?
No, we do, but like
I
not
bet
just
yours-
like dropping. I've never seen one just
No.
drop from the ceiling and climb into my mouth, or
True.
seen one on our bed or on our pillow. Like,
Or like even a cobweb.
no, like that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if I believe that or not. Some people don't sleep with their mouth open.
I would be more inclined to believe like a fly. Like you eat
Just
many
a bug. If you
flies.
just say a bug in general, if you said
That
9
number's
bugs a
probably even
year, I
higher.
would get that. Just random bugs.
Yeah, I mean, I be eating bugs on run sometimes. I don't even mean to. You
My
never had
eyes
that?
eat bugs. No, they go to
Dude,
my eye.
You think that they fucking zone in? Because it happened to me 3 times on one run last week.
I don't think
Right in my left eye.
I don't. Yeah, they go into my eyes. They don't
And
go in
it's
my
like
mouth.
annoying. Like right in the corner, you can't get that motherfucker out.
Yeah, and you're just pulling their limbs off one by one as you try to get it out. Like I pulled like a wing off.
I give up sometimes. I'm like, you know what? Just live there because I'm just pushing you deeper and deeper into my eye.
Your eye cannot go deep. Your eye is just this. Whatever's in there is
but
gonna
like,
bound to
no,
come out.
but like
It
if it's
can't
in
go
the
anywhere.
corner, I'll push it deeper and it's harder to get.
Ew,
You know what I mean?
that's so
Yeah,
gross.
you know what I mean? Like, cause right here, like if you have something in the corner, you can get that out.
I play on my eyes all the time. I turn my lids inside out to like grab things
Oh,
that are.
I used to hate when people do that. In
I don't
elementary
care
school,
about
bro.
it. My eyes. I have had contacts and vision problems my whole life. Like I can touch my eye with all my fingers right now.
It used to
and not
freak
even be
me
worried
out.
about
When
it.
people, you could still flip your eyelids.
I just did the other day.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Have you ever had yours flipped?
I'm
You got
sure.
the eye doctor or anything?
Oh, I don't know. I rarely go to the eye doctor.
You don't need to.
I've went to the eye doctor maybe once as a kid, and they do that little blow thing in your eye, and I was traumatized. What's the point of that? You know what I'm talking about? That's the only thing I remember.
Ocular pressure.
Because I was young.
Checks your pressure of your eye.
What does that mean? Pressure of your eye?
Like the pressure. There's pressure. I don't really know it, but that's
Is
what
that
it's
like what
checking.
keeps it in my socket?
No, I think if it's high pressure, you could have like, I don't know exactly what, but something wrong with your eyes. But that little blow thing is nothing.
Oh, I hated it.
You've never had a full eye exam like the way I get them. You would be tweaking.
I don't need it.
I wish you would have went in for Alexa when she had to get people, because it didn't matter if you had vision problems or not. To get that full thing done, to get your eyes dilated, to have all those lights, you would have been tweaking.
Probably.
You would have. I would have loved to be there.
You know, perks of not being blind, I guess.
I have.
I literally I think about it a lot.
It's
like,
crazy that you have to pay for stuff for your eyes too. Like it's so fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like,
when,
you didn't ask for this.
No, like I didn't ask to not be able to see.
Yeah, but people also don't ask for cancer, but they still need treatment.
I know.
That shit ain't free.
But
that's why we don't got a cure.
But vision, I mean, like cancer.
It's the same.
It is similar.
And not like some of it, obviously, you can take.
But
precautions.
like vision is a day-to-day thing. Like cancer is too, but it doesn't. It's not like you're
okay. But that's like any type of physical handicap. Like if you were born with a deformity, you still have to pay.
You shouldn't have to though. But like women shouldn't pay for
live
tampons.
As normal as you can.
We shouldn't have to pay for that. Like that's insane that we have to pay for tampons and pads and different stuff. I'm serious.
Who's gonna pay for it? Honestly though, who's gonna pay for it?
Why? It's not my fault. If it's up to me.
I get that, but I'm saying if you didn't, someone created that to help, because you know what, you don't have to pay for it. You don't bleed. That's the thing, and I think that for years people probably shoved whatever up there that they could.
Oh yeah, would you makeshift stuff?
And like, so then someone came up with this design to make it way easier.
Yeah, but it's
and then
just
who?
crazy.
But if you're not gonna pay for it, then who is? Because if you save the government, then you're paying for it anyway because it's coming out of your taxes.
I mean, yeah, but I just feel like it should be something that women just get. Like you should be able to get just like a prescription for it and have it covered by health insurance. Or if you have health insurance, you should be able to get free tampons along with free birth control. Like
Okay, I could see that argument.
Like you should. It's literally. I literally use, not to be vulgar or gross, 10 tampons a month. Maybe I'm not like some crazy.
I don't got a heavy floor.
I don't. I'm not some crazy person. So like, yeah. So like, I buy a whole box. It doesn't even last me. I mean, it lasts me a couple period cycles, which is not that much money. But for the little amount I'm using, you guys really can't just chalk me up $10, like for real, for having to bleed when I can't help it, and that's half of the population. Like, it's just crazy to me.
It's probably more than half.
Yeah, but you guys would be giving out free condoms and free this and free that. But like, what about?
They don't give out good condoms, so let me tell you.
No, I know they don't, but still though, it's
what kind they got?
They got those cool ones that have like the little circles.
You get like Durex.
No, they have like little cartoons on them. They were hilarious.
I never had a condom with a cartoon on it.
They had like little sayings on it, and they were hilarious. They wrap it up with different shit.
I never had one of those.
Really?
Mine were always lifestyles. That's the other one. They just hand out lifestyles. Not good.
Yeah, but like you're gonna give young boys all these condoms and this and that, but you're not gonna give young girls tampons and pads when they're in school. Like my first period was so scary.
I can imagine, dude.
Like I knew it was coming, but then that's just like, this is for the rest of my life until I am old. Essentially,
you knew it was coming. But what's crazy to me is that there's parents out there who don't say anything until it happens.
Oh, I know.
If one day my penis just started to bleed, I would freak the fuck out, dude. Like if no one ever mentioned this,
I know.
I was like the first friend to get the period,
and it's painful.
Oh my,
it's painful.
God,
I used to like be hunched over.
I would think I was dying.
Yeah. And the way you feel when you're on your period, so you feel like you're dying. Not every girl feels that way. Some girls are blessed to not have strong symptoms. But like for me, when I'm not on birth control, it's a death sentence. It's
How much money would you pay to not get your period?
Like a lump sum? I mean, there's birth controls out there that you can skip your period. I think that's safe. See, that's the thing is, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they would be telling people they could do it if it wasn't safe, but I also feel like people don't care about women. People don't care about women.
I just think they don't care about health. It's all about what's going to make, because now I'm going to get paid to use this birth control. I'm also going to get paid for the side effects afterwards. But it's crazy to me that like vasectomies aren't something that is more common and more talked about. Whereas you would rather put me on a hormone since I was 15, which it fucks with you. Hormones are not just something that aren't messing with you. I mean, so you're saying that we should just get vasectomies until we're ready to have kids and have them reversed?
Or like more often. Like, why is it up to me to not want to have, why do I have to keep taking this pill every day, or have this thing shot into my arm, or have this thing shoved into my uterus that hurts so bad, or put a ring in my vagina? Like, why do I have to do all of that every single day?
Doesn't work though.
Yeah, and there's a chance that I'm making myself sterile by taking all these hormones all the time. Like, you never know. I don't know if I can have kids.
I don't know.
I've never been pregnant.
I've never been tested my sperm. So
I know you don't exactly. Either. You don't know, but I don't know what this is.
If I had to guess, I can't. This is a long time that I've went without even like any kind of scare, like full on scare.
I don't know. I've had scares, but it never came true. And it's not just like.
But I'm talking like where someone is pregnant, like loses the baby, or they decide to get an abortion. Like, I've never had any of that. And that's kind of scary to me.
Well, yeah, I have never had anything like that either. I've had scares, but it's not like I'm taking a pregnancy test and it's coming positive. Like, no, it's just all mental.
20 years. Not one child.
Yeah.
That's kind of impressive. It's not like I went to like extreme lengths to prevent it from being real.
Yeah, but I have, so I did not want anyone's ratchet ass baby. I'm cool on that.
Maybe you should be fucking ratchet ass people.
No, any baby with anybody.
You ever think about that like later though?
Unless it's like not someone you fuck with.
You ever think about like
a kid is permanent,
the
man.
random sex that you have, and it's like, wow. That could have fucked my entire life.
That's what happens to people.
Like a one night stand.
That's what happens to people.
That's insane. Like
your whole life. But for the man, it doesn't matter.
It would for me, because I have morals.
It's crazy how many men just like can up and leave their child and not even give a single fuck about it. It's like, and I feel like if men were pregnant, You wouldn't feel that way because like women, like we would grow that bond when it's growing in us, feeling our baby
Right.
grow, feeling them kick, going to our ultrasound stuff. Like we have to do everything. So you would grow that bond and that desire to meet your kid. But like for the man, you don't feel any of that. And when the baby does come out,
And if it's like someone
the
who
baby
you,
wants me or
yeah.
wants the mom.
And if it's
The
someone you only
baby could
fucked
give a
once,
shit less about you as the dad because I am the food source and I am the comfort. And it doesn't matter what dad does because the baby wants mom.
wouldn't matter anyway. Because like if it's somebody that this guy fucked one time and they got pregnant, he doesn't even have a connection to that woman. So he's like, fuck it, I don't fucking know her.
It's crazy though that you just for your kid though. I don't know. I just feel like for someone whose dad left when they were young, I have a different view of things though because I know like what that can do to a kid. You know, I can because it happened to me. But like I don't know, but I think a lot of dads have left the picture. I feel like there's more dads that are bad dads than good dads in the world.
There's like a huge statistic of like fatherless household. It's like 70%.
It's crazy. It is so crazy to me. It's crazy. And that's why I don't want to have kids. Because something happens to you and I'm not saying you're not going to be in the kid's life. I'm not saying, but like this every other weekend thing or like even every weekend, it's still like.
I wouldn't be okay
that
just
is
seeing
not
my
the
kid
same.
every weekend.
That's not the same.
I don't think I'd be able
Well,
to
the kid would need a stable home for school. So Monday through Friday.
We would just have to, or we literally have to like live close enough that they could make it to school regardless. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, at that point, you do whatever for your
kids.
kids.
Granted, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
want kids.
not manifest that into existence.
Don't worry about it.
It's getting dark in here quick, huh? We got the lights on so you guys can't tell, but the sun is setting fast. It's only 4:20 right now.
We got challenge tonight, baby.
Yeah. By the way, we're not doing the other challenge podcast until the next full season.
Yeah.
Mainly because Dom here fell asleep during the first All-Stars episode.
And it's not as good. Like, let's be real here. It's not as good. It's not as long. And for me, I'm not as attached to those people as I am to these people now.
I think you will be as a few more seasons go on.
Yeah, as a few more seasons to go on. That's cool. But
like I feel like we know way more this
and the people who are on there they consider all-stars are not all-stars. Janae is not a fucking all-star. Like, hey, she did do better last year. She did. I
wouldn't have mentioned her.
But to even have her there is insane.
I would mention the people who it says like 2 daily wins. Not even nominations. Y'all won a team daily.
No, like Tech, whatever his name is. Is he good?
I don't know.
It's like all these people you're considering all-stars. No,
I was talking about Jasmine. She has like 2 daily wins or something to her name.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. Like all-stars to me are like good ass people. I thought it was gonna be really good battles, but it's not. It's basically
they're also old.
People who are just pussying out on everything.
They're also older. Like the ones who aren't pussying out are the ones who have actively competed in regular challenge seasons.
I want Anissa back, man, and that one girl is not on here either.
Who?
Anissa's friend, but they weren't friends anymore. She's real thick.
Oh, that Hispanic chick who's with Derek.
Yeah.
Gisela.
Gisela. Yeah, I wanted her back too. Because she was actually like, she showed heart and she was pretty good.
She showed heart, but she ain't show athleticism. I can tell you
she did pretty good though. She wasn't nobody.
She got purged out of the final, but yeah.
Yeah. Anissa too. I like Anissa.
She be hurting. Like literally, she got hurt this season, so.
Well, you know.
You got anything else? You want to talk about anything else?
Oh no, happy birthday again.
Thanks, appreciate it. We didn't talk anything birthday related. That's why I was going to leave the floor open if you wanted to. I didn't know if you had anything.
I don't have anything. I mean, happy birthday. We could talk about like what you've done this year, what you plan to do next year, but I already know what you've done this year, I guess. And I'm sure they do too.
Yeah, they've been here.
Yeah,
every
week. Know everything going on.
Riding. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Well, no, that's it then. I'm going to go out there and start getting these cookies cooked.
Woo! Happy birthday to me. So for my birthday, go ahead and give this video a like. Share it with a friend, you know. Share it with your mom, share it with your dad, share it with your grandma.
If share they with your neighbor. Don't mind the way we talk, okay? I just ran into
a personal
fiasco.
What was that?
With family.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't either, but still, like, only recommend to people who don't care about
your family doesn't know how you talk?
My family doesn't see me.
My family don't see me either, but they fucking know.
No. My family is so fucking judgmental, like, maybe that's just me making it on myself. I don't know. I feel like my family, especially my mom's side, has judged my mom, me, and my sister like our whole lives. I don't know why.
Racism.
No, that's not racism. We have every fucking race in the mix on that side, I feel like.
On what side?
My mom's. Cassandra and Robert are Mexican. I'm Asian. I have black cousins.
You know, I never knew Cassandra was Mexican.
She's Mexican.
You learn something new every day. I learned about mayflies and ethnicities today. But all right, guys, you know the deal. Follow me at dthak03. I'm thinking about changing my @handle. Is that crazy? I don't know what to. I don't know. But I'm thinking about it. So stay tuned. And yeah, subscribe to my YouTube, Dylan Thacker. My new vlog is already posted. It's a full day of eating and training with me, so check that out.
Yeah, and subscribe to my YouTube, Dominique Vin. And I have my new Gymshark / versus Fabletics haul up now, so go check that out. Also, Domination December, I still have spots open, so if you want to join that,
last days to get it in.
let me know
so
for sure. I got quite a few people signed up, but I'm still looking for more. So if you don't know what that is, listen to the last podcast or go look at my Instagram. It's all over the place at DAYUM_DOMI. And that's really all I have for you.
All right. See y'all later.
See ya.